Holy smokers. Ain't no joke. Is XRP 211 billion? Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, moneymakers. We're going to talk about the current market status, what's happening. We'll talk about Michael Saylor adding to his bag, Trump adding as well. Are they adding? What are they doing? We'll talk about a very specific XRP resistance that is about to get smashed after 8 years. Lots and lots of things to talk about. Big day tomorrow. We'll talk about that as well. It's an interesting bet on Ethereum that's happening right now. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smashidi, smash that like button. I set it up now that only beautiful people can smash the like button, so check it out. If it works for you, it means you are a beautiful person inside and out. Right, let's get into it. So currently, XRP is sitting at $3.60 of 4.39% on the day. XRP almost got back to the previous high that we had a few days ago, but saw some resistance. It wasn't just XRP that was pulling back in that time frame. You can see also Bitcoin took a little bit of a dip here over the past few hours and brought the rest of the market with it. You can see the total market over the past 3 hours has pulled back a little bit. The market is very dynamic, right? Now, and outside of Bitcoin, that's been pretty, I wouldn't call it boring, but it's kind of stuck. There's all kinds of reasons why. Even though we'll get into just a second that people are adding Bitcoin, I think it's kind of lost its pizzazz a little bit. And then on the flip side, you have Solana suddenly, that's jumping 8%, and Ethereum that jumped over the past few days, and others that are suddenly pumping up. So Bitcoin, its dominance continues to leak to the downside, as you can see. Over the past few days since July 14th, right? Look at just how this is the 1-hour chart. 6% in the last 7 days for the dominance, for Bitcoin dominance. That's a lot. And you can see how much it's dipped. Here we were like, okay, maybe the altcoin season is starting. That was a fake out. Now, it feels a little bit more concrete. If you see the pullback that we saw here back in November, we're seeing something similar to that. And yet it doesn't feel like the fun times has started yet. But there can always again be a pullback. So we have to be ready for that and take that into consideration as well. Again, that's why I'll never tell you to buy, to sell, or to hold, because I don't know what XRP. I don't know what the market is going to do. I don't know what Trump is going to say. I don't know what the Fed is going to say tomorrow. There's a lot of factors. Maybe WW3 starts. Who knows, right? We don't know what's going to happen. And that's why, of course, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. It's very important as your hard-earned money, and you have to decide what is good for you. What is good for me might not be very good for you. I have been super duper aggressive over the past few weeks, and it's been very good. Just, I want to share with you. I hit a goal of mine. I'm just going to leave it there, right? You decide what that means. A trading goal. Anywho, so we'll see how it plays out. Also, that got me all messed up. Also, remember that I will never contact you on social media asking you to sign up to anything or to send me any money. Those are scammers. Please be very careful out there. I only have this YouTube channel and a Twitter account that's linked here on the page. I'm not going to contact you, ask you to sign up to anything, nothing. I don't have a group. I don't have anything, okay? So just be very careful out there. There's a lot of scammers out there right now, and you don't want to be prey for them. Okay, so if we're looking at XRP, it's very interestingly, most of the time people will look XRP versus USDT. Like I was just looking right now. XRP to Tether, right? But a very interesting graph is XRP to BTC to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has dominated almost every single graph over the past few years. And XRP to Bitcoin is about to smash through an 8-year resistance level. This is not just a random breakout, but a general wealth opportunity potential here. And guess what? XRP ETFs aren't approved yet, which makes this breakout. Potentially just the beginning double digits SRP is not a meme anymore. It's a reality in 2025. This is Gordon saying this, not me. This is Gordon saying it. I don't know what's going to happen. Do we see double digits? Do we not? I don't know. I can hope for it, can pray for it, but that doesn't mean for sure that that is going to happen. And this is a very important thing to happen because, again, most of altcoins have been smashed significantly versus Bitcoin. And now we're seeing many assets come back with vengeance in XRP. It's making new highs where other assets, like Ethereum even and Solana, they're still away from their all-time highs, right? Solana still has, some movement to go, and it's just under XRP, It's 50% to get to its all-time high, and it's just under XRP. So XRP is doing very nicely right now, okay? And so we'll see. We'll see what happens now. XRP just crossed the $211 billion. It's actually more right now. It's 213, but it crossed $211 billion, overtaking Shell, overtaking Simmons, overtaking Intuit to be the 78th most valuable asset in the world. And so this is huge. XRP continues to rise. Can see price over the last 30 days continues to rise. And this is a massive, massive current situation for XRP. We'll see how high can XRP get on this list, right? But it's still lagging behind Ethereum, which is already at 455, and of course Bitcoin at 2.34 trillion. It's one of the biggest assets in the world after gold and Nvidia. It's Microsoft, Apple, and those guys. But it will be very interesting again to see where does XRP fall in 10 years. 15 years. So that's going to be something that I'm going to continue to track. Now, I talked about this last night, but Michael Saylor continues to buy more and more and more Bitcoin. Continues with his strategy of accumulating Bitcoin, and he bought another 6,000 Bitcoin. They now own 607,770 Bitcoin. Wow. And they continue to accumulate it. And it will be very interesting to see what happens with this, but it's not just a strategy. Trump Media Group has also bought $2 billion in Bitcoin. The corporate accumulation continues. We've talked about this. We've talked about companies continuing to add crypto to their balance sheet. We see a $1.6 billion corporate bet on Ethereum, a new NASDAQ-bound giant. The Ether machine we launched with 400,000. Ethereum on its books worth over $1.6 billion, backed by top crypto investors. Seems to become the large public gateway to Ethereum exposure yet. We've talked about also Tom Lee and what he's doing. And so we're seeing more and more companies, and this could be the next phase, right? We've talked about this. The institutional investors coming in and gobbling up crypto, adding it to their balance sheets, could be the gateway to greatness, or it could be the Achilles heel. I don't know yet what it's going to be, because if the market starts pulling back significantly at a certain point, do we have a rolling, cascading sell-off by all these companies? Because they're not used to, 20, 30, 40% pullbacks? No, a massive dip before the rip. They're not used to that. And does that, for example, cause everything to drop 50% or 60%? So again, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out over the next coming years. And tomorrow we do have a big day on July 22nd. The White House releases its first ever loco policy report under the Executive Order of 14,178. This could reshape LUCA's crypto regulation and define government priorities on digital assets and blockchain.